Good morning, everyone. Dave Laymon with the SIS Technical Support Team here at Worth USA, and welcome back to SIS in layman's terms. We've got something really exciting to talk about today. We've been able to launch a new piece of the program, and actually dates back to a previous version of the program, but we've relaunched it with a little bit of an update. So here is the SIS program's new feature. It is an email notification to the estimator that some action has happened. In the previous version of SIS, whenever somebody would scan or somebody would actually add an item to the RO, at that point it would notify the estimator, whoever's on the RO, that something happened with that job, and you need to log into the program, click the checkbox, and click transmit. Now, with the new feature of SIS where it automatically transmits to SIS and back to CCC, that kind of eliminates. So we took a look at it and doing things just a little bit differently. So I'm going to jump into the program itself. Transition. You should be able to see my screen. We're going to be working on RO number 7441. Now this job here, if I remember looking into that one just a minute before I started recording, we have Matthew Carr up here is the estimator, and Matthew Carr is in this. This is all the information that we receive from CCC. It's the year, it's the make, it's the model, it's the mileage, etc., etc. But also includes who the estimator is. So, pro tip, by the way, if you have somebody like, for example, Matthew here, or like myself, Dave, I also go by David. David is my legal name, but my friends call me Dave. So if I'm in CCC as David, but I have myself listed as Dave in SIS, it will never make that connection. It has to exactly match. So anyway, Matthew here is got it, but I don't want to sit blow up his email. This is an older RO. Hopefully this car has already been delivered, so I'm going to switch this over to me. We can actually look at the email when it comes in. It's saved. Now, if you're wondering where you put in your users, this is a little hidden part of the program that hopefully we'll be bringing some light to later. But for right now, if I'm a level 2 or a level 1 user, I also have the ability of adding users. And this is where you just simply click on the little red plus mark up here, and you can add your users or all of your estimators into the program. Like I was saying just a second ago, what happens is that every hour CCC sends us a list of all your active and open repair plans. Including in that repair plan is who the estimator is. SIS matches up that estimator to the name and puts it into the program up here at the top. We're going to go here and dive into the 7441. There it goes. Now, like I said, I've already switched it over here to David so that we should be getting the email. So this one is an RO, so let's put on, I'm just going to put my favorite Honda fastener. Rear bumper cover fastener for a Honda Accord, and we're going to put, let's say 15 of those. No, not 115, just 15. All right, we've got $20 there worth of fasteners on this job. I'm going to click Save. There we go, 7441. I didn't mean to click Save. I meant to just take a look at it. Okay, cool. So what's going to happen here is here in 2 minutes, and I'm going to vamp on that just a second. In 2 minutes, what's going to happen is SIS is going to go through the entire list of open repair orders that we have in SIS and look to see if a couple of things are qualified to move it on back to CCC. One, did it come from CCC? Well, yeah, because it says under IPRO here, it came from CCC. Second of all, does it have parts on it that have not been transmitted or printed yet? Yes, there's $20 worth of fasteners we just added. So if those two criteria are there and ready to go, then SIS is automatically going to push that back over to CCC. But for time's sake, let's just go ahead and push it over now. So I'm going to click the check box. And 7441, yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I'm sending the right one. And we'll get the little green box here saying that it has been submitted. Now, there's no way for SIS to know that if that is an open or closed RO on CCC side. It just sends it and hopes for the best. So if your ROs are not showing up the way they're supposed to, make sure that they're actually an open or locked RO. If not, let us know. We'll help you try to diagnose and figure out what's going on. So 7441 has already been sent, and there we go. Here's our RO. Now, I've been playing around with this a little bit here, so the way Gmail works is that it kind of, since they're all coming from the same source, it's putting all of the emails into one folder or one list. So it looks like there's a whole bunch of ROs coming from this one, and it should be this last one here. Nope, that's the previous one I was working with. I do a lot of testing before I get these videos started. 7436. I bet it's this one down here, the one by itself. Hey, there we go. 7441. Yeah, I do some testing before I get started on the video, because I just there's nothing more embarrassing than doing a live video and then have something doesn't work the way you're supposed to. I will show you something here in a second that I really I had to eat some crow on because I thought it was broken, but come to find out it was just a goof on my part. So anyway, this is the RO. Now this is cool, and this is important because even though we transmit back to CCC the relevant line data for that particular RO, what was missing on that is that we were missing the ability to actually attach the actual invoice or the PDF in this situation. So if I'm Matthew Carr, I can just simply go into the program here and now attach this as if I would a photograph or not. That's totally up to you. All right, cool. I didn't mean to close that, but that's fine. Now, the other cool thing that this program we just launched is called Scheduled Reports. Now, I'm going to talk just a second about Scheduled Reports. Is the fact that the Worth sales rep is the most important step into making sure that SIS works and works correctly. And it's just the way that it's, as a former rep myself, I would have had loved to have a feature like this to be able to make sure that my customers that were set up on the SIS program were using it and using it effectively, and how else I can assist them in making sure that it works. So we're going to go in here, and we're going to set this up. Now here's where my goof happened. I'll come back to that in a second. But we're going to set up a weekly report. Now the reports are the parts usage. Now I want to set up a usage report for a weekly report. I really recommend weekly reports instead of daily reports because it tends to get a little bit unwieldy if you have too many emails coming in, and we don't want that. Weekly should be good. On gmail.com and schedule report. All right, now here is where I goofed up. Now I shot this video last week, and I was like, "Oh man, there's something wrong here." No, it was working exactly as it's supposed to. I didn't have the little drop down here to show weekly reports, so I was thinking it was all broken. And when I showed this off to the development team, they would say, "Dave, you didn't choose this down menu. That's the reason it's not showing." And sure enough, egg on my face, there it is. There's a parts usage report that will show up on a weekly basis. Now, don't quote me on this, but I think it comes in on Sunday night, or it could come in, and depending on when you scheduled it. I'm not sure. This is something I'm going to have to play with, but needless to say, it's going to come in on a weekly basis. Now, as the sales rep, this is huge. You want to be able to print this out and send it to your email and keep a tab on your customers that are using the SIS just to make sure that it's working the way it's supposed to. It could be something as simple as the barcode scanner battery died. It could be that the computer that the scan tool is set up on is not set up correctly. It could be that the phone, somebody dropped it in the toilet and the phone doesn't work anymore. Who knows? I've seen so many weird things that have happened to the system over the years that have real simple solutions or simple explanations, but you need to know that it's working or not working. If it is working, hey, great. Hey, here's a report showing that that the shop has made $1,000 in the last week on stuff that they spent, let's say $500 on. That's a $500 profit on a bunch of items that historically body shops give away. Now, speaking to the body shop manager owner / manager, parts manager, whatever the title is, this program is huge for making sure, especially when getting that email report where you don't have to log in here. You don't have to log into the program and click reports and run all this stuff, because really you need that coming to you in a timely fashion. So the most important report for a body shop manager owner here is going to be a technician report. Now, we've tried to automate all of this as much as possible. It still comes down to the technicians using the program on a regular basis. So I'm going to do where the class 11@gmail.com. And let's do this as a daily report. You want to make sure that the team is playing ball the way they're supposed to. Now, we've set this up as a daily report for the technicians. And I'm not exactly sure what time that runs. It may run at the time that I'm setting it up. I don't know yet. I'm just this is a new feature for me too. So all of the questions I don't have answers to yet, but I will. It's all a matter of time. Okay, cool. So let's go over to my Worth my Gmail account. Let's see here. gmail.com. And it should go ahead and log in. I didn't mean to close it, I just did. All right, so there's the Worth there's the report coming back from. Yeah. So I'm not sure when those reports are going to come across. Those are in a priority basis. We tend to run those a little later in the day, a little later at night, or when there's something to show. But like I said, what's going to happen is it's going to come across on a daily or weekly basis for those two reports. All right, cool. Guys, I'm Dave Laymon. I do appreciate you coming and spend some time with me today. And the contact down here with the numbers 1-800-864-6561. I speak for myself and Joe Castro, who we both look forward to helping you as best we can and look forward to serving you, making this program useful. Man, this is a new feature. This is something that we've never had before. Well, with the reporting, letting the estimator know that something happened, that's been there before, but it's never had the ability of attaching the invoice right in the email. So this is huge. This is really just bringing the program into the next level of the program where it needed to be all this time. And I'm excited about it. I know it is a bit nerdy to say that, is that here's this computer software and the guy's getting excited about it. It's an invoice. That's a cash register. It's a way to start getting paid for stuff that historically body shops give away. And I'm excited to start bringing it out there. And now with the CCC integration on top of it, we're that much closer to getting it to it's a fire and forget kind of piece of software. So we're getting the scanners and we're getting everything else lined up the way it's supposed to be, and it just keeps getting better. We got big things coming next year, and with the first quarter, I can't talk about too much just yet, but we will. We've got some cool stuff coming down the pike, and I look forward to serving you here in this coming year. I hope everybody has a great day. Happy holidays, happy New Year, and we will see you soon. Take care.